So embracing diversity. Othona is an incredibly welcoming place, and it attracts people who are not Christians. I believe people from other faiths, people of no faiths, etc. How much does that reflect your father's initial vision for the community, and how much has it sort of developed on from that?
Oh, I think absolutely that would have been one of his primary aims, that it should be a diverse place and where people of all faiths and none were welcome. And in one of his letters, for him, Christianity was the principle, but he would say that anyone who cares, and cares about humanity, that is, and cares about the welfare of the world and its people, were welcome to come and join us and help us in the struggle for making the kingdom of God in whatever way they saw fit and saw it. I think he'd be very pleased. And the other faiths weren't so obvious in his day, but I'm sure he would have welcomed them. And so, even in fairly recently, when we first had Buddhist groups here, some, not the clergy, I have to say, not the dioceses, but some people, locals, that didn't want their chapel used by Buddhists. The bishop was perfectly happy with it, so it shows how much the church itself has moved on, and I'm sure Norman would have welcomed it.
Do you think the community could do even more in becoming a place where people with different attitudes towards sexuality, towards gender-based issues, as well as interfaith dialogue, can be hosted? Is there more to do?
Oh, much. I'm sure there's much more. I mean, the reality is we don't get many Muslims or people from other faiths, Hindus. We have this Buddhist group, but we could hopefully do a lot more. We did once have a group of Somali refugees who were Muslims, but it wasn't a total success because there are sensitivities which we weren't aware of. The little boys loved the sausages when they should have. We got in halal meat and everything. We did our best dietarily to fulfil the laws we knew about, and we had some services instead of in the chapel in our common room. But even that was enough when one of the children got a broken arm to cause, and this was Allah punishing them for joining in worship with us. Now, I'm sure lots of Muslims and more liberal Muslims would have been perfectly happy with that, but this particular group were perhaps more fundamentalist. It sounds wonderful to do it, but there's a lot of research needs to be done so that hurt and more misunderstanding doesn't take place. But yes, it would be wonderful if we had more diversity here, I think. And I think perhaps at Burton Bradstock,
which is the foundation in Dorset, yes.
Dorset.
Yeah.
They have certainly had weeks with Muslim speakers, which I was at and very much enjoyed and learnt a lot. And various weeks run by a Jewish rabbi, which we learnt a lot. And I think here it would be wonderful if we could do that a bit more.
Yes. And what about queer theology? What about sort of creating a safe space where people can talk about differing views in terms of sexuality?
Well, for one, we had a manager who was definitely queer. I think and hope we will accept whoever comes. We don't ask first, whether you're suitable, as it were. And this is fundamental, really, to the aims of the community, that we should be a welcoming and warm community, whatever you are. Hopefully this is a safe space where such conversations can take place, but at the end of the day, you are a human being and you're welcome.